Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Danny Tech back with another video. Today I would like to speak to you about something that, or a tool that you can use when you're troubleshooting a network, which is the ping command. This is usually done on either Mac, Windows, and or Linux PCs. You can also do it from Cisco devices. So now, ping replies use what's called the Internet Control Message Protocol. So when you're trying to either check to see if there is a connection between your end device and either a router or another end device or another host on another network, what you can do to see if there is a connection is send basically a ping and see if they're on the network, if you have communication or what have you. But when you are troubleshooting a network, there are two distinct replies that you can get back from the ping, and basically I wanted to go over so I wanted to go over what these two different replies mean, and how you can troubleshoot further or ask further questions if you're, most of the times you're doing this remotely to another host, and you're probably not going to be in front of that or don't have access to physically to that device, so you're probably working with someone on the other side and relaying messages as to what you're seeing on your side and what they're getting on their side. So basically, whenever you ping a host and you receive, let's go ahead and try pinging. So I have a small little network here that I created. It's really basic. All of the computers have an IP address. I set up the IP addresses on the router, on both LANs basically. But that's basically all I did. There are still some configurations that need to be configured, but I wanted to, for purposes of this lab, I wanted to go ahead and show you what you would receive if you're trying to ping a host, and what replies you're getting basically. So right now I'm on PC1, which is this PC over here on the left in the green LAN, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to ping let's say PC8, and that IP address is 192.168.2.40, and let's see what we are receiving here. And see, so the message that we're receiving is basically destination host unreachable. We received that twice, and that was a reply from the router. So basically what happened is that I sent the ping, it went to the switch, it went up to the router, and then the router basically said, hey, I have no idea where that network is. I have no idea how to reach that network, and yeah, so it didn't go outside of this router, so it didn't hit any other network. Basically, it stayed within the LAN. So that's the reply that I'm getting, is destination host unreachable. There are several reasons why this could happen, why you would be receiving this message. There could first of all, it could be that there's no route to the host. So like I explained earlier, this router does not have a way, or it doesn't have a map to this other LAN, basically where this PC is living, which is LAN 2, hanging off of router 2. So it doesn't know exactly where that host lives. So it's going to go ahead and send you a reply and say, hey, I can't help you because I don't have a route to it. Or the other reason could be the wrong IP address. So those are two reasons you may receive that response, basically, that destination host is unreachable. So now what we can do now is basically set the routes to those lands, basically. And we'll go ahead and configure that now, so we can go ahead and see the other echo reply that we would be receiving if we weren't able to communicate. So what we're gonna do is we'll go ahead and set the host name, router 1. This is not necessary, but I just want to go ahead and do that. And then we are going to set a static route. Since there's only 2 routers, we'll just and there's not any other networks that we need to connect to, we'll just go ahead and do a static route. So we're gonna have to do it from router 1 to router 2 and back from router 2 back to router 1. So I'm currently on router 1, so we'll do IP route is the command, and then we'll do the network that we want to connect to, which is the 192.168.2.0, and it's a /24 network. So the subnet mask is going to be 255.255.255.0, and then we'll do the next hop. So basically, the next hop is going to be router 2's gig interface 0/0/0, and that IP address is going to be 200.0.12.2, and that's all there is to it. Now router 1 knows how to get to that LAN. So now before we go ahead and set the static route on router 2, I want to go ahead and try that ping one more time. We'll try that ping request one more time and see what we receive back from router 1. So now in this case, we're no longer receiving what we were before, which is destination host unreachable. Now what we're receiving is request timed out. So that's the other reply, the echo reply that you can receive from your ping, basically. So when we receive that, basically there's a couple reasons why we could receive that. It could be that ICMP is blocked on their network, so they're not going to receive any ICMP messages, and there's several reasons why you would do that, security purposes and whatnot. It could be well, I'll hold off on on the other reasons until we get to that point in the video. But in this case, the reason why we're receiving this request timed out is because router 2 is receiving our ICMP messages, but it doesn't know how to send it back. Basically, it doesn't know where PC1 lives, basically. So it receives them, and it says, okay, it has no return address, basically. So how do I can't reply or respond to that. So to fix that, so that's basically one of the things that you want to look for when you're troubleshooting. So you'll go to the router and you'll go to show IP route, or do show IP route, and you want to look to see that basically you have a route to that to that LAN basically. So we do have a route to that LAN, which is this one here, and we see that we statically configured that route right here. It's showing an S basically, and then if you go up to the legend here, it shows you static route. Okay, so now what we want to go ahead and do is go ahead and configure router 2 with a static route back to our LAN. So we'll do config t IP route, and then the network that we want to get to. So it's going to be 192.168.1.0 with a /24 subnet mask. So it's 255.255.0 space, and then the next hop, basically router 1's interface that is connected to our network. So in the 200.0.12.0 network. So we'll go ahead and do 200.0.12.1, which is router 1's interface. And now we have a static route back to our other LAN. So now we should be able to receive replies if we ping from from PC1 to PC8, which is on that other LAN on the other side. So let's see if we receive replies, and there we go. Now we're receiving replies back from that PC, which is 192.168.2.40, which is perfect. That's what we wanted. We can do the same thing in return, and ping PC1, and we should receive replies, and that's great. Now let's say for whatever reason that link or that interface is not working, the one connecting PC1 to the switch port. So we'll do now is we'll delete that link basically, and let's see what replies we're going to be receiving. So we already saw that here we did receive replies, and now let's see what replies we'll receive this time. So now you see that we're receiving request timed out, and again that is if that host is offline. So it is going to be offline because it doesn't have a connection to the switch, or there's issues with the network link, which again it doesn't have a link. So that's the two replies that you will be receiving when you send a ping, and you have to distinguish what you're or read when you're in the field. Read what you're receiving, because again those two replies mean two different complete things, and knowing which is which will help you identify quicker what an issue could be on the network. All that comes with practice and experience, and practice and experience, and doing the labs. You'll understand this. You just try to do your best to gain the knowledge as quickly as you can, and become the best technician that you can, and gain as many technical skills as you can. So now what I did was I went ahead and connected that link back. So we'll go ahead and show the replies that we were receiving, and now we are receiving replies back from link 1. So I hope that this video was helpful for you guys. Again, these are things that you will learn as you go through your journey and learning networking and doing labs and just basically immersing yourself in the networking world. Again, if you found this helpful, if you know of any other topics that you would like me to go over, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I'm working on labs pretty much daily at this point, so I'm trying to get them out to you guys as fast as I possibly can. Again, if you thought this was helpful, go ahead and hit a like. If you think that someone else can benefit from this, go ahead and share this with your friends. And again, lab every day that you can, and lab every single day that you can, because it'll help you not only for the CCNA, but past the CCNA and whatever job that you are in the tech world, basically. Again, thank you. This is Danny Tech. Thank you for your time.